What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of East Side Flat. I'm Eric G, and we're gonna be talking about why I think that even though we won 3 games in a row, why I think the Orioles are just gonna go right back to their ways of losing, um, and why I think that this might just be a luck streak and not necessarily something that they can continue. So we're gonna be breaking that down today, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. I think that to start, I think that we really didn't understand how lucky we got. Um, because let's just look at some of these stats. And this is what I mean by luck. It's more of a your players that have been doing terrible are not doing as bad. But that's not going to continue because we've seen what happens when they get figured out, right? They've adjusted, but then the pitchers are going to adjust to the hitters, and we're going to be back where we started. And here's what I mean by that. One of the biggest players in the 3 game win streak has been this guy right here, Dylan Carlson. And if you look, he has 6 hits, 2 home runs, and he's hitting 176. Now, if you remember previously, this guy was hitting maybe 80. So in 3 games, he's brought his average up 100 points. But here's the thing: they had kind of figured him out. They were seeing it, kind of his swing pattern, his tendencies, and from being on previous teams and in the beginning of the year, kind of figured him out. And to be fair, he wasn't playing every day, so there is that to look at as well. But I think that once they figure it out again, it's gonna take him a while to get out of his slump because clearly he was in it. But this is your main turnaround guy, right? This is the guy that got you the home run in Fenway. It was a 1-0 game. He gets you the home run in the game against the Cardinals. He gets a huge 3-run home run. He's the guy. You look at this St. Louis game and it's real close. You know, you only get they're early home runs, but you get 2 runs early on, and Dylan Carlson is a part of that, scoring early, and then this opens it up, and this ends up being the game-winning home run. You know, it's great that he got that, but he's not always going to be the guy to be clutch in that situation. He's not going to continuously do that. And I think that's the problem is that these guys are going to get figured out. Same with Mateo. He was a huge, I mean, he was hitting, last I saw, he was hitting like maybe 100, maybe even lower. So 191 is crazy with the on base percentage of 224. Just these averages are just not of a winning team. And that's the problem is that nothing has ever really synced for this team. And it's syncing now, which is great, but things are going to go back out of sync. Yes, you're getting players back, but those players have to adjust. And we've seen how hard it is to adjust in the major leagues. It's just difficult. You know, um, a great example of that is Dylan Carlson. Like, they're going to sub him out once Cowser comes back. Cowser's going to have to adjust. Like, that's just a fact. And because of all that adjusting, I don't see them really winning games. I mean, I think that they're gonna go back to every once in a while we get a couple of wins, and it doesn't seem sustainable to me. He's played 17 games and he's hitting 176. I mean, he's getting more play time. I get it. You have to adjust, but I mean, really the only guys doing stuff is O'Hearn, and he hasn't necessarily recently. He's been good in the clutch, but he hadn't been good in the clutch. So I think that this might just be a kind of a lucky thing because isn't going to constantly happen. And I think that, you know, really there's only a couple guys on this team that want to play and that want to be here. O'Hearn being one of them. And I think that, a guy like Rivera who was hitting like near 400 now is 20 games in is 263. So I think that at the end of the day, it feels like a luck streak for the Orioles. It really do. And I think that that's a problem. On the bright side, if you look at who pitched today, and we go down to the pitching for the Orioles, Charlie Morton pitched 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs. It was one mistake, and the Cardinals took advantage of it and hit it 400 feet to left field. Um, and he had 3 ERA for this game. So, Charlie Morton looks good, which is fantastic. Batista came back and looked great. Cano looked good. Dominguez looked good. But you still got a guy like Maverick Hanley. I mean, he can't hit. And whoever his replacement is has to adjust. So I think that um, as much as I want to be like, you know, this team is turning around, I just can't. I can't say that yet until I see multiple win streaks, until I see multiple series taken, because shockingly, the Orioles aren't mathematically out of it, which seems crazy to say, considering we have like 19 wins. But ever since I got sick, they've been winning. I got sick a couple of days ago, but I just, I've been seeing some delusional people um, out there being like, yeah, we're back. No, no, you know, it's not that, but it is hopeful that next year they will be able to kind of get it together. But I think this was a fluke. Um, but let me know in the comments. Do you think this team's gonna turn around and go on a crazy win streak and get back into wild card contentions? Um, maybe they don't. But I'll still be watching. I'll still be making videos. So if you want to see my reaction to everything, click that subscribe button below. Follow me on Instagram, and we gonna keep watching to see how this play out. So stay safe, y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.